What is up, everybody? This is Clark with DogHouse Systems and episode 6 of the StarCraft 2 2v2 Sit Down. This is episode 6, Crossing the T. You'll find out why at the end, and a little history lesson to be included. Alright, so again, me, Purple, Protoss, and my buddy Ender, the what color? Teal. Zerg Teal is an awesome color. Facing two Terrans. Let me speed this up a little bit. These guys play like old school Terran. They have... Let me jump ahead because I don't make this too terribly long. They go ridiculous here. They build big walls of buildings. Alright, turtling in, sure. But then, jump ahead a little bit more. Voila! Here we are, look. They do a whole wall of buildings here, and they do this more and more. We're able to pull this game out for two reasons. It's interesting. We win this game with lower scores than these guys. And we were on our natural and both our naturals. We had expos up well ahead of these guys, and so while economy often can be attributed to score, even with more economy, we had a lower score than them, but still won the game, all because of crossing the T, and I'll point that out in a little bit. So I go Mad Fat Blink Stalker, it's a good call, and he goes Ling Bang Ling with Infester. Jump ahead some more. We have a few skirmishes, but we quickly realize, I'm going to slow it down a little bit, that they're just nuts up in here, and there's no way we're gonna stop this. If we'd scouted earlier or better, I would have seen that this guy went dual gas really early, so I would have known that maybe Banshees or battle cruisers were coming, in this case battle cruisers, which are pretty freaking tough units, man. You get some armor upgrades on them and they're impossible to kill. So jumping ahead some more, I really want to get to two key moments. I want to give, oh look, some Lings. We do get in there at one point. They leave their door open, but it isn't to too much of an avail, unfortunately. These Banes come in a moment. Go, Banelings! Come on, guys! Oh, melt. Bleh. Bleh. Alright, but anyway. Let's jump ahead to right about here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so, here's his army. We have an engagement. It's pretty awesome. All these infestors, we use the world-famous neural parasite. I make a slight mistake and I jump in a little ahead of the game here. On these guys I should have fallen back more. Let his infestors get in the mix. So he throws out some neurals, which is cute. But even despite the neural parasites and the fungals, with these tanks back here pounding on me and so many battle cruisers, I take a butt kicking. The neurals help us out. What I want to give these guys props for in a moment. He dies. This one's beat up. He calls, this is what I want to give him props for. He calls down mules to get hot on repairing this battle cruiser, which would have gone in otherwise, and that's a lot of money to lose. So that mule call down was dope. I'll give him props. But here's the real key. We bounce back and forth. Again, they wall off this. Like, it's just ridiculous play with all the turrets and walling off. It's just kind of old school StarCraft 1 Terran play. So here comes a key moment. They bring their whole army down here, and because of this one little Zergling, one little itty bitty Zergling, right about here, my buddy yells out at me, hit them while they're stretched out. So they're fairly stretched out. In old school, and while this is paused, I'm going to show you a graphic. In old school Navy terminology, crossing the T was what you wanted to do. You pull back. These guys would be the top of the T, and crossing us would have been a good move. Not in StarCraft 2. Alright, so history has changed. It is no longer a good call to cross the T. We hit them when they're stretched out, roll on in, and are able to melt face. Because, you know, the different movement speeds of all these units mean they can't all engage the way we can. The massive melt from the Banelings, and then I get my blink up, and they're done. Losing all those units like that seals the deal. A few more warpins, a few more spawns from my buddy, and we roll right in their front door, and they quickly GG out of here. So that's why you don't want to be crossing the T necessarily in StarCraft 2 these days. There are exceptions, but anyway, I want to show that game, make it quick and dirty. Enjoy, glad to be doing this again. Thanks, take care, bye.